Welcome to Uxbridge Scugog Life. I'm your host, Jackie Hermans. So I have been going back to the gym. I used to have a membership at Anytime Fitness and I loved it there, a great group of people there. But then I just got into my own routine during COVID and got some equipment at home and I was doing my thing. But now I'm a substitute yoga instructor at Energy for Life and I can use their fitness facility and I started using it. And I didn't realize how much I miss the social aspect. It has been, so I'm still wearing my workout clothes, by the way. But I really had missed that. And even if you're not talking to people, it's the motivation that you get by seeing other people there and working out. And they're there early in the morning too. They got their butts out of bed and got there. So anyways, I'm appreciating being back. So today on the show, we'll be talking to the Optimist Club, the Uxbridge Fire Department, and the Durham Humane Society. So make sure you keep watching because we're gonna have a whole lot of fun. And we will be right back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
I'm Deborah Hutchison, host of Talk Politics. Each week we speak one-on-one with your elected officials at all levels of government about the issues that affect us all. Keep informed. That's Talk Politics each week right here on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So I have Colin Clark with me from the Uxbridge Fire Department. Colin, it's great to have you on the show again.
Thanks for having me, Jackie. Nice to see you.
Yeah, it's great to see you too. And I love this is such an important topic for us to stay safe during the holiday season. What are some issues that you find can cause fires during the holiday season that we should really be watching out for?
Well, Christmas is definitely the time of year where we do, and Hanukkah and all the other celebrations that are happening this time of year, where we see just a lot more going on in the household. And we're putting up a lot of decorations and doing a lot of things. So watering fresh trees, if you have a fresh Christmas tree, is definitely an issue. You want to make sure that you keep that tree moist and that you keep it away from any ignition source like a fireplace or candles or anything like that. So it's just being cautious that we're moving things around in the home and we're putting all this extra stuff up, and we need to make sure that we're not exposing any of those hazards to open flame.
Right. And what about individuals who have baseboard heaters? You know, not even putting a Christmas tree near a baseboard heater if that's possible, right? Or do you have any recommendations?
Yeah, all heating appliances, we ask people to keep anything from a heating appliance at least a meter away from that appliance at the very least. So.
Okay. So in regards to candles, you know, what type of precautions should people be taking if they do want to consider using candles?
Yeah, like, you know, we always do recommend using the electric fake candles if you can do that. But I know people that really enjoy a real candle at this time of year, and that's fine. So we recommend putting a sturdy glass surround around the candle and to make sure it's on a stable table that's not going to get bumped or anything like that. And make sure to put it out when you leave the room. So don't light a bunch of candles and then go out to the store. That never works out well. So it's just being responsible and just being aware of that open flame in the home and putting it out when you're not going to be there.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you. Any other things that you can think of that we should be reminding people during the holiday season to be wary of?
So we're also plugging a lot of things in. So we're like Christmas lights and things of that nature. We want you to check all of this electrical equipment before you plug it in every year. I know it's a busy time of year and we have a lot to do on the to-do list. I know my to-do list is through the roof right now and I'm just trying to check it all off. But we're kind of rushing around. We got to take that extra minute to have a look at our electrical equipment and make sure it's safe. So if you see a frayed wire, throw it out. Don't plug LED lights into conventional lights. So what happens when you do that is a traditional light bulb draws a lot more amps than a LED bulb does. And when you put the two together, it actually superheats the LED lights and can cause a fire. And we've gone to calls in the past where people have just kind of plugged a bunch of stuff together. It looks beautiful, but they've got traditional lights and LED lights together. And what's happening is you're sending a little bit more amps to those little LEDs and they burn out faster and can actually, that, like we've talked about before, anything that can cause heat can cause a fire.
Okay, so that's really good advice. All right, so if you're wanting to be more energy, you want to conserve energy efficient, thank you. So you're either going to switch right over to the LED and get rid of the other ones, but don't mix, or at least don't be plugging them together.
That's right. It's fine to have, traditional ones outside and LEDs inside or what have you, but yeah, don't put them together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, so before I put lights up, normally the only thing I do is just plug it into the wall and go, yay, they work.
They work,
So,
yeah.
Right, so other than that, we should be going from one end of the cord to the other, checking it out, just like if you were, I don't know, it makes me think of going to, let's say a place to go rock climbing. You want to know that they are checking the harnesses, they are looking at everything, making sure nothing is frayed, and we need to do the same thing with all of our electrical.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, taking that extra minute or two. And like I said before, it's hard because it is, like you said, it's a busy time of year and we just want to plug and go, yeah, I got the Christmas lights up, but just taking that extra moment to go through them, make sure that, when you were putting them away, you didn't fray a wire or something of that nature. And that way it could save you that little 5 minutes of extra hassle, hours, and a lot of heartache down the road. At this time of year, it's so sad when families do go through a house fire, and we see it every year. And it's horrible when we have to go into a house with our equipment and put out a fire and we're knocking over Christmas decoration stuff. We just don't want that to happen. And if we take those extra steps to ensure that everything we do is safe, we can avoid and prevent those fires from happening.
Definitely. I also, when you store your Christmas decorations, who knows even if mice are going to get into it? Because you might think, well, they were good at the end of the year, but mice can get into boxes and they like chewing wires. So yeah, we need to be extra cautious because it will save your home. It will save your family.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's so important. And then the other thing we also talk about when it comes to electrical safety and plugging a bunch of things in is just don't overload circuits. Christmas lights don't draw a whole lot of amps, but we just still don't want to be in the habit of plugging way too many things into one outlet. So spread it out and make sure you're not overloading any circuits. And then going back to the candle thing, the other thing that comes out more is lighters and matches to light those candles. So
Right.
if you're, make sure you put those away when you're around children, because, those are things that we usually keep tucked away and out of the hands of children. But when we're lighting this stuff at this time of year, we can be forgetful and leave it out. And that's not a good idea when children are around.
Thank you. Thank you, Colin. That's also a great reminder. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. We'll be right back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
Merry Christmas.
know the story. When the RCAF said Mach 2 fighter, 2 place 1,000-mile range, the British said it was impossible. The Yanks tried twice and failed. They said, you're dreaming. We said, fine, we'll build it right here in Toronto. And now you guys, my guys, are saying that it can't be done, that they were right?
Now, that's the rocket that we used to get the model up to speed, and then the onboard sensors tell us that...
Come on, baby.
Damn it! But we did it according to your specs. The specs have changed.
We did it.
Arrow 201. You're cleared for takeoff.
Although the government canceled the project and destroyed the prototypes, the Avro Arrow remains for Canada a world benchmark in aerospace achievement.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So in addition to Gracie, who's been hanging out on my lap during this show, I also have Chris Wilson from the Optimist Club. Chris, how are you?
Fantastic. Jackie, how are you?
Good. It is so great to have you on the show again. And it is that time of year, because the last time we had you on the show, we were talking about how crazy successful last year's event was. Even though it was cut down short, it was still so successful. So you must be really excited about this year's.
Yeah, we definitely are. We think it's going to be even more successful than last year. I think the word really got out last year, and there's a tidal wave coming. We think it's going to be amazing.
Nice. Okay, so is there anything different this year? Anything you're super excited about?
Yeah. So this year it's going to be a drive-through event again. So we won't be bringing back the walking trail just yet, but we're really excited because we've got more displays this year. We were able to fit in some more. A lot of people really wanted to participate. And what we're finding is that the participants have really upped their game. We've seen some people who have put together marvelous displays, and it's almost here, so I can't wait. But it's going to knock your socks off. It's going to be beautiful.
Could you give us a sneak idea of maybe one particular display that you're like, whoa, that one's going to be really cool?
Well, we have some of our fan favorites. We are playing our greatest hits. The Bonner boys are back with their hockey player, and the Graham family is always a crowd pleaser, and they add a little bit more each year. Our giant 40-foot candy cane is back again. And this year we have a local tree service, and they have done something really special. It's nice to see some height being added. A lot of our displayers are wanting to go higher instead of everything being kind of at arm's length from the ground. We're seeing a lot of lights moving up the trees and into the sky. So it's a lot more stimulating.
Nice. Oh, that is exciting. And you know what I love? And I love the tunnel at the end. The tunnel at the end is it's so cool driving through it. To me, that feels like fantasy right there.
Well, you're going to love this year then, because since you brought it up, that is the biggest new thing this year. We have really up the ante on our tunnel. It's quite something. We've engineered something fantastic with the help of Tom Archer, who's a good friend of the Optimist Club, and he's engineered a 16-foot high archway, and in the past it's been square, and it's I don't know how to explain it. It's magnificent. We're really proud of the tunnel.
Wow. Oh, I'm getting so excited about it. That's awesome. Okay, so if people want to go to it, how do you recommend because I know there was some traffic stuff going on last year and you had police officers directing people. So how do you recommend people are getting into the park in the first place, and, the dates that it's open and the times and all that?
Okay, perfect. So it opens this Saturday, so December the 4th, and it's open every single night until January the 2nd. It starts at 6 o'clock. And people do start lining up sometimes as early as 5 o'clock on the busier nights. But it runs from 6 o'clock until 9:30 p.m. And the entrance is on Elgin Park Drive. And typically people will line up at Elgin Park Drive and then north on Main Street. But we have taken measures this year to try to keep the traffic flowing a little smoother. So hopefully the lineups will be smoother and not so long as they were last year. Even though the lineups did get longer last year than we've seen in the past, actually nobody really seemed to mind. We still got great feedback from people after they've been through. But so entrance from Elgin Park Drive, and we will either be exiting on Water Street or on Main Street, depending on how busy it is.
Okay. Yeah, last year I had to keep reminding myself, if you're driving at night, don't drive down Main Street. Stop driving down Main Street, because I would run into the traffic there. But you know what? It didn't bother me. It wasn't an upsetting thing. It was an exciting thing to see how well received this event was. So
everybody's in a good mood. Everybody's sitting in traffic in a really great mood. It's a little bit bizarre, actually.
Yeah, maybe everyone got their Starbucks first, and so they have their hot chocolates or their lattes as they're just hanging out in traffic.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, I think that's something that maybe you guys could do, is have a little coffee hot chocolate cart going down the side of the street. Maybe that would be a hazard thing. I don't know. But anyway.
It's not a bad idea. We do miss the hot chocolate. In the past, Tim Hortons has actually donated thousands of cups of hot chocolate.
Yes.
So I know they're anxiously awaiting the walking trail to come back so that we can do that again. People do miss the hot chocolate, and we'll see. The event is there's nowhere to park anymore. Even if we wanted to have people walking through, there's just too much. So but we'll figure something out.
All right.
We're optimistic.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Thank you so much, Chris. I'm sure it will be an incredible success once again. We will be right back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
Thanks, Jackie.
Hey, I'm Chef Corey Dern, host of a show on Rogers TV Georgina called Cooking with Corey. Join me bi-weekly for brand new episodes where I teach you not only what to cook, but how to cook. On this show, we have cooked almost everything. Things like Japanese udon noodles with tofu, chicken on the rocks, zucchini fritters, and even grilled cheese. There's only one thing missing, and that's smell-o-vision. That's Cooking with Corey, right here on Rogers TV Georgina.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. We have the Durham Humane Society on. Elizabeth LaBelle, how are ya?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. Who is this little furry guy?
This is Lion. Lion is a domestic medium-haired cat. She's very friendly normally. She's just a little bit overwhelmed at the moment. She's had a lot of people petting her today. So she's had a little bit of enough, but that's okay. We're recommending her for an adult-only home anyways, because she isn't afraid to let you know when she's had enough, like she just did.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's wonderful. She's been with us off and on now. This is her second time back at the shelter. And what we've learned is that she's best as an only pet in the home. She first came to us as a kitten with an entire litter of cats. And as she has gotten older, she's sort of filled out her personality and figured out what she likes. And so now we're just trying to set her up for success in her next home.
Okay. I have my dogs, like I have one like flopped right here. She's not reacting to her, so that's good.
That's good. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, I feel sorry for her that she had to be rehomed again, but I love how you just have such a positive, amazing attitude about it that, you know, and I think it was important for the owners to be honest with themselves and what the cat needs and wanted what was best for the cat. So I think that's amazing.
Absolutely. And she is a very affectionate cat. She's not showing it right now because she's actually had quite a number of us come in this morning and give her lots of pets and attention. But she's one of those cats that really wants to tell you what she needs when she needs it. So following social cues, not every cat is going to want to be held and picked up every second of every day. And it is important to remember that these are living beings. These are lives, and they have just as much opinion on what they like and what they don't like as people do. And so when you bring them into your home, you really want to make sure that you are open to sort of whatever kind of a personality you're taking on, because they change as they get older too.
Yeah. Okay. So, and does this one like to be picked up at all?
She doesn't love to be held, but she is the kind of cat that's going to come over and she's going to want to sit next to you on the couch. She's going to want you to pet her for hours. And then she might go off and find a nice warm place over the holidays under the tree or in the kitchen to lie down and relax. Yes, if you have a tree.
Okay, so if anyone is interested in meeting with this little one, they should be first applying, right?
Yeah, so we have a great adoption process. So you just submit an application through our website for the specific animal that you're looking to adopt. If it's Lion, you would make sure to put her name at the top of your application. Send that in to us by email, just to our info box. Our email for that is info@hsdr.org. You just fill out that application, email it into us, and then we'll call you to have a conversation about her a little bit further to make sure that she's the right fit for you and you're the right fit for her.
Awesome. So how is the center right now? Do you have, like how many cats do you have up for adoption right now? How many dogs do you have up for adoption right now?
I think we have a little bit over probably 20 cats, or between 15 to 20 cats on our website that are ready to go for adoption. So there's lots of options. We still have lots of kittens. And we also have quite a number of dogs. There's small mammals, there's rabbits, there's rats. There's so many options for what kind of a pet to bring into your home. So it's really important to make sure that when you are deciding to adopt an animal, to make sure that you've gone through what kind of an animal suits your home and your needs best.
You know, I never even thought that you would have rats or gerbils or hamsters or bunnies or things like that. It totally makes sense to go see you guys before thinking of going to a pet store, because there's animals out there that need a home. Absolutely. There are lots of small mammals that need homes. We have so many rabbits that come through our care, and they are amazing pets. They do really well in homes. If you have a cat or you like cats, they're very similar in personality. They can be litter trained. They can free roam in your home with you all day long. They're very cuddly. They're very playful animals. So you never want to assume that or cross them out as an option, because they're wonderful pets. So were these rabbits previously in a home before? Yes. So all of the rabbits that we get here at the HSDR, they're all domestic rabbits. They're all rabbits that people have either had been born in their home or can no longer care for them. And so they bring them to us so that we can rehome them. And we get quite a vast difference in types of rabbits. We get some that are best on their own. We get some that do really well with other rabbits. And so there's so many different types of personalities for them out there. Nice. You know, where I used to get my dogs groomed, this woman had this rabbit enclosure in their backyard, and the rabbits would dig holes down and then try to come out the other way, so they were constantly like getting out from under the fence.
Oh.
But the rabbits always came back because they loved their home.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. We gotta go. Thank you once again. I look forward to having you back on the show. We will be right back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
Hey, what's good, everybody? I'm Karim Grant, a former professional football player. Do you want to know what current and former professional athletes are up to these days? Catch the Players Corner with Karim Grant exclusively on Rogers TV.
Hey, I'm Chef Corey Dern, host of a show on Rogers TV Georgina called Cooking with Corey. Join me bi-weekly for brand new episodes where I teach you not only what to cook, but how to cook. The only thing missing is smell-o-vision. That's Cooking with Corey right here on Rogers TV Georgina.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So that is a wrap of another very fun show. Make sure you get out to the Festival of Lights and you can tell your relatives. You know, I think it's pretty cool that Uxbridge is becoming a tourist destination for festive fun. So definitely pass it along. And you might want to avoid Main Street going south at nighttime when those lights are in full bloom, just to make sure that we're not going to create too much congestion over there. And make sure you're safe in your home and watch those candles. And, you know, go to the dollar store. You can get some I actually picked up a bunch of candles that you just turn off with the battery. So, you like hockey, right? Did you know that the last time the Oshawa Generals won the Memorial Cup was 2015? I think it's time that they win again. And you know what? They need to have their cheerleaders out there. So would you like to win some tickets? I think you might. It's great hockey. So if you want to win some tickets, all you need to do is tell us when was the last time the Oshawa Generals won the Memorial Cup. How easy is this contest? You can send us an email at uxbridgescugoglife@rci.rogers.com. uxbridgescugoglife@rci.rogers.com. And let us know the last time they won the Memorial Cup. We'll see you next time on Uxbridge Scugog Life. Bye.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
What do I like? I like open fires, moonlit nights, chatty letters, rainy days. I like daydreaming. I love this colorful little island of ruby, emerald, and sapphire. Yet often my dark moods come. I'm possessed body and soul by this depression. They say women shouldn't write. Some days I almost give up. But I cannot contain my imagination. I made Anne real. I gave her my love of